Have you noticed something strange? For the first time in human history, we have created a tool that can write, speak, analyze, design, teach, and even help us think. A tool that learns faster than most people can adapt. A tool that some believe will solve humanity's greatest challenges, while others fear it could create entirely new ones. That tool is artificial intelligence. Depending on who you ask, AI is either the greatest invention since the internet or the most disruptive force humanity has ever unleashed. Some people see a future where diseases are detected earlier, education becomes available to everyone, and creativity reaches new heights. Others worry about job displacement, misinformation, privacy, and a world where humans become too dependent on machines. The truth is that AI is neither a hero nor a villain. It is a tool. And like every powerful tool in human history, its impact depends on how we choose to use it. So today, we're going to explore both sides of the story. Not the exaggerated promises, not the fear-driven headlines, but the real opportunities and the real risks. Because understanding AI may become one of the most important skills of the modern age. And by the end of this conversation, you may see artificial intelligence in a completely different way. When most people hear the words artificial intelligence, they immediately think about robots, futuristic machines, or technology replacing humans. But the reality is much more practical than that. AI is already part of everyday life. In many cases, people use it daily without even realizing it. Think about how much time humans spend on repetitive tasks. Answering emails, organizing information, searching through documents, analyzing data, scheduling meetings, translating languages, or solving routine problems. These activities are necessary, but they often consume valuable hours that could be spent on more meaningful work. One of AI's greatest strengths is its ability to handle these repetitive tasks at incredible speed. Imagine a small business owner who previously spent hours managing customer inquiries. Today, AI-powered assistants can answer common questions instantly, allowing the owner to focus on growth and customer relationships. The technology isn't replacing the human. It's freeing the human to focus on higher-value activities. Education is another area where AI is creating remarkable opportunities. For centuries, learning has followed a one-size-fits-all model. A teacher stands in front of a classroom and teaches the same lesson to dozens of students, even though every student learns differently. Some learn quickly, others need more time. Some understand concepts visually, while others learn better through examples. AI has the potential to personalize education on a scale never seen before. Students can receive explanations tailored to their learning style. They can ask questions without fear of judgment. They can practice difficult concepts repeatedly until they understand them. Knowledge that was once limited by geography, income, or access can now reach millions of people around the world. Healthcare may be one of the most important areas where AI can make a positive impact. Doctors and medical professionals deal with enormous amounts of information every day. Medical records, test results, research papers, patient histories, and diagnostic data can be overwhelming. AI can help analyze this information quickly, assisting professionals in identifying patterns that might otherwise be missed. This doesn't mean machines replace doctors. Human judgment, empathy, and experience remain irreplaceable. But AI can become a powerful assistant that helps medical professionals make faster and more informed decisions. Then there is creativity. Many people assume creativity belongs exclusively to humans, and in many ways, it still does. But AI can act as a creative partner. Writers use it to brainstorm ideas. Designers use it to explore concepts. Musicians experiment with new sounds. Content creators use it to accelerate production. The important distinction is that AI often provides possibilities, while humans provide meaning. A machine can generate options, but humans decide which ideas matter and why. Perhaps one of AI's most powerful benefits is accessibility. Throughout history, access to expertise has often depended on wealth, location, or social connections. Today, someone with an internet connection can receive assistance with learning, writing, problem solving, coding, research, and communication. The gap between experts and beginners can become smaller when intelligent tools help people learn faster. Businesses are also becoming more efficient because of AI. Large amounts of data that once took weeks to analyze can now be processed in minutes. Companies can identify trends, understand customer needs, improve services, and make better decisions. This increased efficiency can lead to innovation, economic growth, and new opportunities. But perhaps the greatest promise of AI is not that it will replace human intelligence. The greatest promise is that it can amplify it. Just as calculators didn't eliminate mathematics and search engines didn't eliminate knowledge, AI has the potential to become another tool that expands human capability. It can help people work smarter, learn faster, solve problems more effectively, and unlock opportunities that were previously out of reach. And that is why so many experts see artificial intelligence not as a threat to humanity, but as one of the most powerful tools humanity has ever created. When people talk about artificial intelligence, the conversation often becomes extreme. Some people describe it as a miracle that will solve humanity's biggest problems. Others describe it as a dangerous technology that could create more problems than it solves. But if we step away from the headlines and the predictions, a much simpler truth begins to emerge. AI is already changing the world, and in many ways, it is doing so quietly. Most of us imagine technological revolutions as dramatic moments. We picture some futuristic machine suddenly appearing and changing everything overnight. But history rarely works that way. The internet didn't transform the world in a single day. Smartphones didn't instantly become essential. These technologies slowly entered daily life until eventually we couldn't imagine living without them. Artificial intelligence appears to be following a similar path. Right now, millions of people are using AI to save time, solve problems, learn new skills, and increase productivity. The technology is becoming less of a separate tool and more of an invisible assistant working in the background of modern life. One of the biggest advantages of AI is its ability to handle repetitive work. Human beings are naturally creative, curious, and capable of complex thinking. Yet much of our daily time is spent on tasks that require little creativity at all. Organizing files, answering routine questions, processing information, writing reports, scheduling appointments, and searching through endless amounts of data can consume hours every day. AI excels at these activities. It can sort through information in seconds. It can summarize long documents. It can organize large amounts of data. It can automate repetitive processes that once demanded significant human effort. This creates something incredibly valuable: time. And time may be the most valuable resource any person possesses. When technology removes repetitive tasks, people gain more opportunities to focus on innovation, strategy, relationships, and creative thinking. Instead of spending hours on routine work, they can spend more energy on work that truly requires human intelligence. Education is another area where AI could create profound positive change. For centuries, education has been limited by practical constraints. One teacher can only teach so many students. Learning materials can be expensive. Access to quality education often depends on geography and economic circumstances, but AI has the potential to make learning more personalized and accessible than ever before. Imagine a student struggling to understand a difficult concept. In a traditional classroom, that student may hesitate to ask questions out of fear of embarrassment. They may fall behind while the rest of the class continues moving forward. An AI tutor doesn't become impatient. It doesn't judge. It can explain the same concept in multiple ways until the student finally understands it. If one explanation doesn't work, another can be provided. If the student learns visually, examples can be visual. If they learn through stories, concepts can be simplified through storytelling. This kind of personalized learning experience was once available only to those who could afford private tutors. AI has the potential to make similar support available to millions of people around the world. Healthcare represents another extraordinary opportunity. Modern medicine generates an enormous amount of information. Every year, new research studies are published. Medical records continue growing. Diagnostic data becomes increasingly complex. No human being can realistically process all available medical knowledge at the speed technology can. AI can assist healthcare professionals by analyzing patterns across vast amounts of information. It can help identify risks, support diagnoses, organize patient information, and highlight details that might otherwise be overlooked. The important point is that AI does not replace the doctor. A machine cannot replace empathy. It cannot comfort a worried patient. It cannot understand human emotions in the way another person can. But it can become an incredibly powerful assistant that helps healthcare professionals make better informed decisions. And when technology helps doctors work more effectively, patients benefit as well. Creativity is another fascinating area where AI is creating opportunities. Many people initially feared that AI would destroy creativity. Yet something interesting has happened. Instead of eliminating creative work, AI is often helping people become more creative. Writers use AI to brainstorm ideas. Designers use it to explore concepts. Filmmakers use it to accelerate production. Musicians experiment with new possibilities. Entrepreneurs generate business ideas faster than before. In many cases, AI functions less like a replacement and more like a creative collaborator. It helps generate options, while humans decide which options have value. Because creativity is not simply about producing content. Creativity is about meaning. It is about emotion. It is about perspective. And those qualities still come from human experience. Another major benefit of AI is accessibility. Throughout much of history, expertise was difficult to access. If you wanted legal guidance, educational support, language assistance, technical help, or specialized knowledge, you often needed direct access to professionals. Today, intelligent tools can help bridge some of those gaps. A person in a small town can learn programming. A student can receive study assistance. Someone starting a business can access information that once required expensive consultants. Language barriers can be reduced through translation tools. Knowledge becomes more available. Opportunities become more accessible. And when access to knowledge increases, human potential increases as well. Businesses are also experiencing significant benefits. Companies generate enormous amounts of data every day. Customer feedback, market trends, financial reports, operational metrics, and performance indicators create more information than most teams can effectively analyze. AI can process these datasets rapidly and identify patterns that humans might miss. This allows businesses to make smarter decisions. They can improve customer experiences. They can reduce waste. They can identify opportunities earlier. They can operate more efficiently. These improvements can contribute to economic growth, innovation, and the creation of entirely new industries. History shows that technological advancements often create opportunities that were previously unimaginable. Very few people predicted careers such as app developer, social media manager, digital marketer, or content creator decades ago. Likewise, AI may help create professions and opportunities that do not yet exist. Perhaps the most exciting possibility is that AI can amplify human intelligence itself. Think about every major tool humans have created throughout history. The wheel amplified movement, the telescope amplified vision, the printing press amplified knowledge, the computer amplified calculation, the internet amplified communication. AI may become the next tool in that progression, a tool that amplifies thinking, a tool that helps people solve problems faster, a tool that expands access to information, a tool that increases productivity and learning. Of course, every powerful technology carries responsibilities, and later we'll discuss the challenges and risks that come with AI. But when viewed from its most optimistic perspective, artificial intelligence represents something remarkable. Not a replacement for humanity, not a competitor to humanity, but a tool created by humanity to extend what humanity can achieve. And if used wisely, ethically, and responsibly, AI could become one of the most transformative technologies ever developed, not because it replaces human potential, but because it helps unlock more of it. But every powerful technology comes with a price, and one of the biggest concerns surrounding AI is that it can make life easier while quietly making people weaker. Think about it. If a machine writes your emails, solves your problems, creates your presentations, answers your questions, and even generates your ideas, what happens to the skills you no longer practice? Human intelligence grows through effort. Critical thinking develops when we wrestle with difficult questions. Creativity expands when we struggle to find solutions. Problem-solving improves when we face challenges without shortcuts, but AI can tempt people to skip that process. The danger is not that AI becomes smarter than humans. The danger is that humans stop exercising the abilities that made them intelligent in the first place. Another major concern is employment. Throughout history, technology has replaced certain jobs while creating new ones. But AI is different because it can automate not only physical tasks, but also some cognitive tasks. Writers, designers, customer support agents, translators, data analysts, and many other professionals are already seeing parts of their work automated. This doesn't mean all jobs will disappear, but it does mean many people may need to adapt faster than ever before. For some workers, that transition could be stressful and uncertain. Then there is the problem of misinformation. Today, AI can generate realistic articles, voices, images, and videos within minutes. A fake video can look authentic. A fake voice can sound real. A false story can spread across the internet before anyone verifies it. As these technologies improve, distinguishing truth from fiction may become increasingly difficult. Trust is one of the foundations of society. If people stop trusting what they see and hear, confusion begins to replace certainty. Privacy is another growing concern. AI systems often rely on enormous amounts of data. Every search, click, purchase, and interaction can potentially contribute to digital profiles. Many people worry that as technology becomes more intelligent, personal privacy may become harder to protect. The question is no longer just what information we share. The question is who has access to that information and how it might be used. AI can also make scams and manipulation more sophisticated. Fraudsters can create convincing messages, realistic voices, and professional-looking content at a scale that was impossible only a few years ago. As a result, people must become more cautious and more digitally aware. There is also a psychological cost that few people discuss. Human beings are social creatures. We grow through conversations, relationships, disagreements, and shared experiences. If people begin replacing too much human interaction with artificial interaction, loneliness may increase rather than decrease. Technology can simulate conversation, but it cannot replace genuine human connection. And perhaps the greatest risk of all is forgetting who should remain in control. AI is a tool, a powerful tool, but every decision about how that tool is used must ultimately be guided by human values, human responsibility, and human judgment, because the future will not be shaped by artificial intelligence alone. It will be shaped by the choices humanity makes with it.